Hello friends, it's Jim O'Rear. Welcome back to Jim O'Rear's Wacky World. Today, we are headed over to International Drive in Orlando to see Titanic, the Artifact Exhibition. And you may be thinking, I saw that over in Gatlinburg or Branson or wherever. But no, you didn't see this. This is different company, different stuff. We'll have a little explanation of that in just a moment. And I wanted to give you an overview of what this exhibition is like. It is amazing, and you're probably going to hear me say amazing a lot in this video. So there's your spoiler alert. And on top of giving you just kind of an overview or look at this to see, if you've been curious about what this is and if you would like it, or if you've never heard of it before and you're a Titanic fan, well, here's an overview. But also, in between times, we are going to hear from Lorelei, who is a historian over there at the exhibition, and she is also amazing and knows everything about everything Titanic. And I'm going to throw in a few little tidbits from her about a few little trivia facts and things that you may not know about the Titanic and things that you may see there. So take a peek inside Titanic. It's not the Titanic, it is the exhibition, but take a peek inside the Titanic. So I am, I guess, what you would call a casual Titanic fan, meaning that I'm interested in it, but it's not part of my fandom. But after going to Titanic, the Artifact Exhibition, I have become a lot more interested in Titanic and the history of the people and the ship itself. This sits over there on International Drive. It is just minutes from the major theme parks. So if you are looking to do something outside of the theme parks, definitely stop over here. They're open all week long. There's the hours. You can check out the website to get more information. And this exhibition is it is just full of interesting artifacts and stories. And I mentioned earlier that this is different than those places you may have seen in Branson or Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And, well, this is why.
So what makes Titanic, the Artifact Exhibition, incredibly unique from any other Titanic experience that you'll find anywhere else in the world is that our company, RMS Titanic Inc., is the salvor in possession of Titanic. And what that means is that legally we're the only entity in the world that's allowed to go down and recover her artifacts. And we have been doing that ever since 1987. We've recovered over 5,500 artifacts since 1987.
And not only are the artifacts they have recovered amazing, but they are in incredibly great shape, especially considering the amount of time that they spent under the water all of these years.
The way we can rescue fabric, paper, things that would otherwise disintegrate in the water is as long as it was encased in leather. Because the tannic acid that's used in the tanning process protects whatever is inside from all that bacteria and the microorganisms that live down there to eat away at it.
I really couldn't believe some of the things I was looking at. I mean, clarinet reeds and sheet music that looked in almost mint condition after sitting in the water for years. Now, of course, the ceramics and the glass and that kind of thing, those are still going to be in good shape. But the wood and the wiring and the paper and the cloth, the care that has been taken to restore this is just incredible.
My favorite piece in this case is here on the right. That is a toilet handle. For the third class, this would be probably the first time they would have seen a toilet. So many would have probably had to have been taught how to flush the toilet.
Now you can go in and wander this museum all yourself and just, read the things on the walls, but I recommend going with a historian or tour guide like Lorelei because it's much more of a dialogue interaction instead of walking through and going, hey, here's this, here's this, here's this. You get a lot of personal stories, a lot of question and answer time, and they can really answer all your questions and fill in a lot more details for you.
My name is Lorelei Lee, and I am a Titanic historian. I have studied Titanic since I was 5 years old. It's a long time ago. And it's been decades that my passion for a story and something that happened in history, that an historic event, has actually become my career. And dreams do come true somehow. I have been with Titanic, the Artifact Exhibition, for almost 2 years. And every day it is an honor to be able to tell the story of what happened on that horrible night of April 14th, 1912. And it is an honor to be able to continue telling the story of Titanic, her passengers, and her crew through our beautiful artifacts that we have been so lucky to have been able to recover from the ocean floor. So welcome to the first class private promenade suite. There were two on the ship, one on port and one on starboard. This is the starboard side that was occupied by Charlotte Drake Cardeza. She was the richest woman on the ship, traveling with her son Thomas and their two servants. They were in the denim fabric business, which is where they got all of their money from. And she was recently traveling in Africa on an African safari. So this room itself, this is the sitting room. And next to it would have had 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, complete with marble bathtub. And also a private promenade deck right outside the door, about 50 feet in length. The first time anybody would have a private promenade deck outside of their ship. The cost was about $100,000 in today's money per person for the crossing. But they did get all their meals included in that first class dining saloon. That dinner would have taken about 5 hours, 10 courses each, and a wine pairing with each course. And ladies, that was in a corset. Don't know how they did that. But they also had the a la carte restaurant, which was also nicknamed the Ritz. Outside of that was the Café Parisien, and then also the Veranda Cafe on the boat deck.
Now you get through to a certain point in the tour where everything has just been very, very interesting and educational, and almost kind of clinically educational, the amount of information that's there. But there comes a time when you step through a door, and that's when the emotion kicks in. It's when you walk out onto the bridge of the ship, and you're standing there in the darkness, looking out the windows of the ship, standing in front of the steering wheel, and just seeing the darkness and feeling the air around you, and that's when the anxiety sets in. Then when you step outside onto the deck, suddenly the air gets 40 degrees colder, and you're standing in the darkness, and the eerie stillness around you suddenly grabs hold of you and becomes incredibly real. And that's when the emotional experience happens. Now, you get to go on and see the names of the crew and the passengers from first, second, third class. You can see who lived, who died. The stories about these people are amazing, and the way this exhibit has put things together to keep those stories alive and the people alive, and the information that has really kind of even carried on to influence things today it's amazing and inspiring and emotional, educational. It's so much rolled into one. Not only is it the stories, but it's stuff like this. I mean, the actual artifacts that is a piece of the hull of the ship right there, the actual hull that was brought up 2 miles from the ocean floor and sits right here in front of you. So I highly recommend this. If you are in the Orlando area and you are looking for something to do outside of the theme parks for a few hours, head over to International Drive, check out Titanic, the Artifact Exhibition. It is well worth the time to check it out, even if you're a casual Titanic fan like me. There you have it, a peek inside Titanic, the Artifact Exhibition, over on International Drive in Orlando. If I haven't said amazing enough, it is amazing. The stuff in there is, the restoration on it is incredible. It is really neat seeing all of this real, original stuff, and even more amazing to hear the stories behind the tragedy and the stories around the people that were on board and the survivors, as well as the ones that lost their lives, that just bring this place to life and show you that what happened back then still has an effect on things that are going on today. And I cried a few times actually going through it. So if you're in Orlando on International Drive, you need to stop in and check this out. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. If you have, click that like button to let the powers that be know that you like the video. And while you're at it, click on follow or subscribe, and you will be notified when I upload new videos. So thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time.